because we have 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah.
And we do have one more participant who's joined as well. Hi, this is Priyal here.
Hi, Priyal.
Hey, hi, Priyal.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hey, doing well. How are you doing? Welcome to Pistachio.
Thank you. I'm doing well. Just everybody's at home these days, right? Work from
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. Actually, this is the best outlet, I think, since everybody's at home, there's at least something interesting for you to look forward to.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah. So, Aditi will start now.
Yeah. Are you seeing my screen or not now?
Yeah, I still see your screen. Yes.
So okay, just a second. I have stopped it. I've paused it now. Are you still seeing the screen?
Yep.
Okay. I don't.
I think you can go ahead and start, Deepali.
Yeah, just go ahead and start. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Hi everyone. First of all, a warm welcome to our first webinar in the Lunch and Learn series by We Are Pistachio. So a little bit about We Are Pistachio. We are a global community built by relocating spouses for relocating spouses to connect, learn, and grow. Relocation is tough, and no matter where you relocate from, our experience is always the same. Without a network and support system, we find ourselves thrown in the deep end of the pool, and we do all we can to stay afloat. Our endeavor at We Are Pistachio is to not just survive this relocation, but to thrive through this change. My name is Deepali Paul. I'm an entrepreneur, a PMP certified project manager, a relocating spouse, and a passionate and a proud We Are Pistachio member. And I have with me today Hetal Bhanushali. Hetal is a relocating spouse as well, a research scientist, a creative and a passionate person with diverse interests, and also a SCORE mentor. She wears so many different hats that I will let Hetal introduce herself.
Hi. Thanks for the wonderful introduction, Deepali. Aditi, I think there is somebody as a background sound. You might want to mute them.
So here's a request to all participants. Please go on mute so that we have as less background noise as possible.
Yeah, for sure. What's today's priority is tomorrow's afterthought, 100%. I think when you look at it from an account planning perspective or like ABM, account-based management, that portion to me isn't the most difficult thing to figure out because I can categorize.
Yeah, I think we're good now.
Yeah, I think we're good now. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for introducing me. And thank you, Aditi and Deepali, for inviting me for this talk. It has been a great pleasure being a part of this group so far. And as a relocating spouse myself, I feel like this is a great platform. Even if you can help one person feel better, feel validated, I think it's great success. And you have already like 80 plus members. So I think you're doing a great job. My journey in relocating began with relocating for myself first. I came to US for my studies and it was going well. I was doing brain cancer research. And then I moved to Florida. I got married and moved to Florida because my husband's job was there. But after I graduated, it was during the crash, the financial crash of 2008. And it was hard for me to find a job in less than 90 days. And so my OPT expired. And I had to go from student visa to the dreaded dependent visa where I couldn't work or couldn't find a job. And I was stuck rudderless for many years on H4 visa and I couldn't work. I tried to find volunteering opportunities and unfortunately I had to find an opportunity which has to be something that doesn't replace a paid opportunity for anybody else. So even though you could volunteer, I looked at hospitals around myself. It was not something that fulfilled me what I was doing. It was something that I could just do for the sake of it, but it was not something that would make me happy. So I spent many years like that. But then came the time to buy a house for ourselves. And that's when I started again, looking for homes. And it was exciting. I got to learn a lot about real estate. And we got lucky because we ended up buying a home when it was the crash time. So I ended up buying more than one home. And that's how I started getting into real estate investing. And I learned a whole lot around it. So I kept myself busy. I learned a new business. I learned all those things surrounding real estate. And currently I manage those. So it was a bad time, but then eventually I found an opportunity to turn it around, to not give up and keep moving forward. And then things were coasting. So we had friends, we had house, we had family, we had everything. And then suddenly, yay, we're moving again. So we moved to Seattle. I guess if for my Indian audience out there, it's like Kashmir to Kanyakumari for US moving, coast to coast, it's like one end to the other end. And now I was in a new place again. I had to reinvent myself. So this time I was focused on trying to find a good place to volunteer. I searched online and I looked volunteer match, and then I found SCORE. And it just kind of clicked. It fit, and there was my aha moment that this is a great place for someone like me to kind of find a good anchor for my talents and help somebody out there as at the same time. So far it has been really rewarding for me.
Thanks, Hetal, for sharing your journey. And that was quite a long and I would say diverse journey. So from being on a H4 dependent visa to becoming a SCORE mentor, that's really incredible. Can you tell us a little more about SCORE?
Yeah, so when I was looking online, I was growing up from in a business family. Business, sort of like the foundation, comes pretty naturally to me. And when I looked at SCORE, I saw, hey, here's an organization that has been doing this for 50 plus years. They have been around since 1964, and they have about 10,000 plus volunteers. Seattle is a big chapter. So they have about 100 plus volunteers, and they just do it because they enjoy doing this. SCORE started out as a place for retired executives to offer mentoring to businesses. And now they are themselves going into a metamorphosis of sort, coming of age with modern times. So now they're having mentors, they are hiring mentors as volunteers who can be women, who can be people who are actively in their own business, who are uh, people of color, who are minority, and they're kind of coming full circle of being able to provide even better mentoring as far as helping out small businesses is concerned. So I think they provide one-on-one mentoring. They have webinars, they have live webinars, they have recorded webinars that you can register for, and those are usually about 40-45 minutes, and they're free. And I've myself attended those, and they are all about new topics: how to secure your small business. So security is a big thing these days. How to set up your business on Google. Or you could attend their workshops. Those are usually 3 hour long, and they're more in depth, but I've attended those and I feel like they're low cost. They help fund the day-to-day business of local chapters, but they're amazing. And I have personally found out great things, small things, and you can network with other small businesses who are struggling similarly. So I think that's also a great opportunity to go and attend workshops. And for this month, bonus, they're online. So you can sit at home and attend those workshops.
That's great information, Hetal. Before I go on to the next question, a quick reminder to all our viewers that please type in your questions. If we have the time, we will, Hetal will answer the questions. If not, Hetal will revert to you with the answers later through an email. So please keep those questions coming. Yeah, so Hetal, my next question would be, as a small business owner, or just a person with a startup idea, at what point can I engage with SCORE?
At any point. So that's the amazing part about SCORE. They have, I just listed all the sources they have. They have like workshops, they have webinars, but personally, in my opinion, I feel like it is not just a dump of information that you can find online these days from many places, but it is pairing the right talent with the right need. So they realize that, okay, I need help with financing, I need help with just strategizing. So they send you to the right mentor, or you can find the right mentor because the mentors have their skills listed on there. So in my personal opinion, I think mentoring is their shining star. One-on-one mentoring for free is like their biggest and best resource. And then, like I said, in the workshops, you can find networking. Even in mentoring, you can network. So if we come across a business that they are doing well, if some other client is looking for a service of that kind, we'll refer them to that business. So it is like very small businesses, but we can even connect to them. We can see if some other business can help this business out with what they're struggling with. We'll connect those two. Personally, I have connected my own clients with others who have complementary businesses. So I request permission from them, I connect the two, and then they go forth from there. So I feel like that's a great opportunity. And then they do, so, for example, like a lean canvas is like a quick and dirty way of outlining your business plan. They offer a workshop for it, which is like a quick 3-hour workshop. You go in there, write down your business plan on a cheat sheet, and then you can come back to a mentor like me, and then we can refine it. So I think that's the opportunity that kind of adds onto it, builds onto it. And I think small businesses who sometimes are lost, you take workshops all the time. It's offered everywhere. What's unique about SCORE is you can take the workshop, you can come back to us, and we can keep working on it until you are satisfied, and then you feel good about your business plan and you can move forward. And then we have, if you want to hire employees, we have people who are experts in those. If you want to get a loan, we have people who are experts in those. We can provide you with lists of insurance brokers, list of attorneys, list of uh, lenders, even for banks. So I think there are many things that as a small business you can come to and ask for help from SCORE.
That's awesome. So basically we could reach out to SCORE right from the ideation stage, is what I understand from what you just told me.
Yes.
That's really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The next question that I have for you is that we are all relocating spouses here, and not everybody may be capable of being a mentor at SCORE. However, we would like to engage with SCORE and volunteer sometime there. So what are the other volunteer opportunities that are available at SCORE?
So thank you for asking this question. Basically, I know you even, we have people who cannot even work. So that's the best thing about SCORE. It's 100% volunteer run. So even if you don't have work authorization, you can basically come and volunteer at SCORE. And I feel like you are not losing anything in the process while you're waiting to find ways to get yourself gainfully employed eventually. This is somewhere where you keep working on your talent and you pass on your talent to others out there. That is for mentoring, as far as mentoring is concerned. But you can just volunteer. They have so much work that they need to get done, and it's hard to find people to do work for free. There are many smart people out there, but I think the people who volunteer at SCORE, they give up so much of their personal time. So it's not just mentoring. You can teach a workshop. You can set yourself up to a library near to you that even you can mentor even there. And they can use mentoring for the smallest of things. So there are multiple ways. If you have some skilled expertise, you can design a workshop, you can come to us and then you can say, hey, I would like to teach a workshop like this. We have a committee, a workshop committee that will work with you, and you can design the workshop and you can teach it. And they have their core business workshops that are regularly run every month, and those are designed already. They have a preset slides, so they can teach you how to go through the workshop, and then you can teach that workshop. So there's always need, and if you have any talent, you can fit at SCORE.
That sounds awesome. And are any of these volunteer opportunities remote as well, where we don't have to come to the SCORE office?
Remote, I mean, I guess this might be the right time to start for remote opportunities, but then you have to come in and get certified if you want to be a mentor, or even a workshop. I think you just have to go through the initial certification or the workshop designing process, but most of it now, since it has kind of moved on to the 21st century by default, we have workshops that are being conducted online this month. I did my mentoring sessions by Zoom just yesterday on Wednesday. So I think that can really be a possibility now.
Sounds great. The next question that I have for you, Hetal, is that what are the areas of businesses that SCORE offers mentorship in?
Yeah, I think I kind of slightly covered it, but it's pretty much everything. Whether you have like just a business idea and you want to work on it. So if you need, let's say if you need a loan, then we have a template for a business plan. Now, it's easy to find business plan templates online. They're all over. But the good thing about us is you can go work on your template of the business plan, come back, and then we can work on it. We can refine it. And then we have people who are experts at figuring out which loan would work out best for your business. So if you need a loan, then they can take you through the loan process. They can find you lenders. You go meet with the lenders, and then you fix your business document based on what the lender's requirements are. And they will work with you through the entire process. Let's say, for example, we had an artist who wanted to open a gallery in downtown, and she really felt that it would be very expensive. But we have a realtor who did commercial real estate, and he found it for her, and she was so excited. She was one of our success stories. So she came and she said, I couldn't even dream of it, but it became a reality in like 9 months. But then she was a go-getter, so she kind of kept at it until she kind of found success, and now she has a art gallery downtown. So every aspect of business can be covered. You just need to commit to it and keep working at it.
That's really good. That's good to know, actually. And the next question, it would be, how's your experience with SCORE been so far?
So I've been at this for about 5 months now. I started mentoring my own. So I started learning. So you co-mentor with the other mentors in the beginning. And then I started mentoring myself. And so far it has been interesting and inspiring. Interesting because you come across all these businesses that you never think about, all these small things that people offer that you never think about. And it's so inspiring to see people who have a talent. For example, a tattoo artist or a health coach, they have a talent, but then they don't know anything about business. And even if you help them just register their business or decide between being a sole proprietorship or an LLC, it makes them happy. And then they feel like, okay, we can go, we can, achieve this. It has helped me, become a better listener. And it feels good when it feels good when they validate you. Like I when I first went for my interview, I felt like, can I really mentor? But then the person interviewing me said, no, you can do this. And now when I get validation from my clients that this is so good, this is such great information, this makes me happy. It feels like finally I found a place where I feel validated that I had these talents all along, but there's somebody who can appreciate it. So it's like a two-way street. And these experiences have fulfilled me in more ways than one. I've realized what my strengths are. I can help people with creative networking, and just listening to those things makes me feel like I can do this, they can do this. So I think it's really been great so far. One of the other things that you learn is to grow a thick skin and to be even more empathetic towards all these things that they struggle with. So yeah, and you just keep learning something new every day.
Oh, that's really great to hear. And what I would like to really point out here, you said that people have the skill, but they might not know how to do it as a business.
Mm-hmm.
But also the important thing here, in our case especially, is that we know probably to do business, but we don't know how to do business in the place that we are in.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be a huge help.
Yes.
Yeah. So the next question actually is an audience question,
Okay.
and the question is that. Is the support that is offered by SCORE time bound?
It is yes and no. So it depends. Let's say you have a business idea and you want to, get your business started in less than 2 months. Then that may be a time bound thing for you. As I said, all these people are volunteers. So I am not volunteering all the time at SCORE. I have my set schedule for the month. And these are the days I'm available. And if I'm the only expert that you need, then you have to wait for a month if I'm booked out. You can always email. We try to respond as much as by email, but it takes time. So it's a bit slower. But if you are committed, you're a DIY person, you can go all the way. We have businesses. We have like the biggest success story of Seattle is there's a business that started. They have been with them 10 plus years. They started out, they now have like 8 stores around Washington, and they still keep coming back once a year. So it's a possibility that it's time bound. If you want to like hit the ground running in less than 2 months, you can still try, you'll still get help, but then that might be like time to go get paid help if you want to speed it up really, like I want this tomorrow. But otherwise, those mentoring sessions are, you can keep coming for years and years and years, and if the mentor is around, it's free.
Okay, well that's good to know that actually the time, if at all it is time bound, it is from the, it's not from the mentor side, but from the mentee's side.
Yeah.
So, which means if my idea is going to take from ideation to fruition, if the time is 1 year, then I will have that mentorship available for 1 year.
Yes, you will.
That's really good to know.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 questions in the chat, Dipali. I wasn't sure.
Sure.
That. Do you want to read those, or do you want me to read those?
No, go ahead and read it, Aditi.
Okay. So we have Aparna wants to know if SCORE specific to businesses, or is it applicable to aspiring professionals as well?
In what sense? For
like for generally career, as just any professional, or is it only for entrepreneurship?
It is for small businesses. It's only for entrepreneurship.
Okay.
I guess you mean in the sense of job searching. So no.
So.
Yeah,
I think that's what she meant. Aparna, you can type in the chat box or let us know if that's what you meant. But I can guess that that's what she meant.
Yeah, it's only for small businesses. They cannot help with job search.
Yes, so her thing was job search and career growth. So it is not. That's good to know. And the other question which Priyal had was, how much time did it take you to become a mentor? So that was the only two.
Some people, if they're really, for me, I was not working, so I had all the time to get it done quickly. So I was done in like 2 to 3 weeks. And I was in downtown, so they have a requirement that you have to co-mentors with the current mentors. That way you kind of get in the groove of things, how to mentor properly. That can take some time if you are farther out, east side or something. Other than that, if you can come to downtown and get co-mentoring done, you can finish in a day. So it's up to you. Some people take 90 days if if they have a business, if they are on a project, then it takes a little longer for them to finish it up. But you could finish it up in 3 weeks or so.
That's great. So Hetal, the next one is an audience question as well.
Mhm.
And the question is, what is your favorite score success story?
So for me, I have only started this like a few months ago. So I don't have like a huge success story, but personally, I count every small win that they have had a success. So, for example, I had a lady who wanted to move her studio to a different location, and she's just so nice, so kind. So she found some place, and they were going to do, move. She was going to move there. She had a date and everything, and I'm like, okay, sounds good. She said it's a bigger space, and we were just talking in a happy place. And all of a sudden, she said, and I was like, so how does your lease look like? How long are you going to be there? And she said, I'm not doing a lease. And I'm like, no way, you cannot do that. So I told her, that it's good for both of you. If she gets in trouble, she wants to evict you. If you get in trouble, if you want to leave, there needs to be some sort of business contract between the two of you to sign a lease. And so she said, okay, fine, I'll go talk to the person. And lo and behold, they were nervous about a lease, and she ended up not moving. So that's like a win for me, because she was so grateful of not getting stuck in a place without a legal contract.
That's a great story, actually. So, not like everything might not be a win, but not losing
Yes,
something is also a win. So
exactly.
that's true. That's true too. I have one question for you, which is, so when you're assigned a mentor, do you stay with that mentor for the rest of the program, or do you get access to multiple mentors?
You always do. You can go see as many mentors as you want. Some people do is they have a need. Like, so when I meet with them, their only need is learning about taxes. So I'll either send them to a workshop that I really love. I'll tell them, please attend this workshop. This is the best thing I've ever attended. And then if you need more help, you can go see a mentor who is an expert in that, and they can see them and they're done. So there's sometimes that's the need they have, they do that and they're done. They can come back next year with a new need. And you can see as many mentors as you want. Some people stick with one for just coaching, accountability, and then they go to other mentors for specific expertise needs, and they keep going back to one anchor mentor. But it's up to you. You can, and even I direct people to other mentors. Like, I had a client reach out to me. She's in health and education, and she wants to start like a class, but her pain point right now is not organizing the class or the health or the education part of it. It's more about getting a loan, because she has a medical bankruptcy. So she was like, how do I get a loan? So we have a person who helps out with loans, who is a specialist at loans. So personally, I said, you know what, right now I'm not the best mentor for you. You need to go see so and so. So I think if you are aware of that, you can make the best of it, but you can go see as many mentors as you want.
That's great information. Thank you so much, Hetal, for your time. So that's all the time that we had for this webinar. I would just like to tell all participants that at the end of this webinar, there will be a slide displayed, which will have contact details of email address to connect with Pistachio as well as Hetal. Please do reach out to Hetal if you have any more score related queries, and she will direct you to the right person. It was great having you over, Hetal. Thank you so much. And thank you all the audience. This was the first webinar for VR Pistachio in the Lunch and Learn series. We intend to have many more, and in fact, we would probably have only webinars for some time to come now, taking into mind this current situation. So we will see you more often. For those who've joined in a little bit late, we will share the a video link for this webinar through an email, so that you could actually go back and see the webinar right from the beginning. I hope this webinar has given you enough idea about what SCORE does, how we could use SCORE as small businesses or entrepreneurs. So thank you once again for attending. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much for having me, Dipali and Aditi, and thank you all so much for joining. I will do my best to answer all the questions as they come.
Thanks.
Thank
Hetal.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dipali. All right. I will pause this recording.